Connor, I have a confession to make, and I'm kind of scared.
Okay.
I don't know if I should say it.
Am I going to get mad?
Live on air, I'm like...
Am I going to walk out?
This is edgy.
All right, go on.
Look, man, I miss the Whittaker logo. I'm just going to say it.
Okay.
This new logo, yeah, it's lovely. It's exciting. It's Disney Plus. But I'm just like...
Well, because it was on the Doctor Who magazine. It was like the first time they used the logo on like the official like magazine and shit.
And I think I saw it on that and I was like, just doesn't look as clean as the Whittaker logo.
Said logo on our podcast.
Well,
man, this is the... What does it say on the magazine? The future is here. And you need to get with the times.
I know.
The future's here. The future is here, even though the future...
It says that with a 1970s logo.
Yeah, and David Tennant being the Doctor again.
The future is here.
The future seems a lot like the past.
Very good segue though. So there is a new magazine. The new issue of Doctor Who magazine is out. So
Connor was right the whole time. The TARDIS is staying the same.
It is.
I knew it.
From the comic strip. The comic strip, right?
Not just the comic.
Well, okay, go on.
It's staying in the
I'll
special.
believe it when I see it.
It's staying in the special, not just the comic.
No, okay, so in the new issue of Doctor Who magazine, there is a comic strip, and I believe it continues straight after the Power of the Doctor does. So, like, Doctor goes back into his TARDIS. So, of course, the TARDIS is going to be Jodie's TARDIS.
Not of course.
Know? So
it could have changed, and you wouldn't know. It could have just... All right, so wait, is that canon? Is that canon?
The comic strip?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Russell... I was reading in the issue that I got, which is like 4 or 5 months old, when they announced Shooty is the Doctor, because Australia, it takes 4 or 5 months, apparently, to post magazines. But in that issue, Russell was saying that... Or someone was saying that, like, they invited Doctor Who magazine to chat with Russell very early on to figure out how they can kind of do this together, and so that Russell can be a big part of Doctor Who magazine again, and
make the transition
like
quite smooth.
Well, just back in the day, I think Doctor Who magazine was a lot more involved and had loads more behind the scenes information and stuff than it has done in recent years. So I think Russell's trying to sort of make that happen again, and so I guess maybe involving comic strips into actual episodes is part of that.
Well, I guess that then shows that maybe that shot from the 60th trailer where David's opening up the TARDIS doors and looking out. Maybe that is like
way later.
Well, who knows? Like, we might not actually see him like walk back into the TARDIS and do like a scene. Like, it might just be this comic book strip that like kind of puts 1 and 2 together.
I think so, because like, why would they do it as a comic strip and then do it again?
And then do it again
on TV? I think we might actually get a time jump. I think there might be like a bit of a time jump.
Yeah, because I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Because why would they show? Yeah, I know it sucks. I really want to read this.
Well, you can in about 5 months' time.
Yeah, exactly. At that point, I'm pretty sure someone's probably done like a massive transcript of it. But
yeah. Oh well. There's all sorts of little bits of news in that magazine. We're not going to go through all of it because you should buy it yourself and give it a read. But we are going to touch on a few of the big hits very soon in the show. Also on today's episode, I have a big reveal, something I've been teasing for a long time on the podcast. A little custom-made item that I can show Connor, and lots of hype. We're also then going to go on to review The Two Doctors. That's the Colin Baker story. And then, after that, we're also going to do a short mini review, spoiler-free, for what movie, Connor? Barbarian, which is a movie that I know Connor was hyped for. I heard really good things.
I was very hyped for it, yeah.
I went along to a late showing. I went to the cinemas twice in one day.
Oh, really? Like, what else did you see?
I watched The Woman King, and then I watched Barbarian.
That's John Berger and Viola Davis?
Yeah. Yes. Good movie.
I've heard it's really good, actually.
It is. It's definitely like an Oscar movie.
Yes, the old Oscar bait, yeah.
So, like, but like everything about it is like, yeah, it looks good. It's not like blown away. Everything about it is just like, yeah, they do a really good job of everything they do. But they don't do anything new. You know what I mean?
Okay,
it's very much an Oscar movie.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Cool, cool. So, subscribe to the 50% Doctor Who podcast if you haven't already. We would like 500 subscribers. Hey, you there, you with the hair and the eyes, hit that subscribe button.
We're begging.
And that like button, because that helps the algorithm and more people can find us. Tell your friends.
Last time we begged on Instagram, it really worked. So
yeah, we hit our goals.
I'm thinking of bringing out the old like
on the hands
again,
and knees.
Like, subs, any subs?
Is that the GIF? The GIF of the is it a cat or something shaking the money box?
A cat shaking a money box?
A cat. I don't know. Maybe it's not a cat.
I'm sorry, I'm not getting this reference.
But it says
a cat shaking a money box.
It's like just a crumb, please. Just a crumb. Just give me a crumb. Me and my friends use that GIF all the time. Never mind. Okay. Yep.
Wow, Aidan, that's a stretch. That was. That was a stretch.
Someone will know, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The
Aidan's
socials,
mates who listen to the show every week.
Totally. Twitter and Instagram, we are the 50 at 50 Doctor, so you can hit us up on there. We love it. Shall we? I don't know, man. Shall we get into the show?
Yeah, I feel like a bit of a book.
Yeah, a little bit of a book, little fitty. Yeah.
50% podcast.
Yeah, bit of soft drink today, not alcohol.
Hell yeah, mate. Cheers. Cheers to not being drunks.
Yo!
Although I put a few away last night and I felt rough as a fucking doorknob today, so...
I think my lack of alcohol lately has come from, the weekend having a very drunk night on Saturday night, being completely out of it on Sunday, and Monday still recovering. Later on Monday, it all came back. So it was like a 2-day hangover.
Well, I've taken your advice, and I'm now drinking soda water and vodka. Yep. Well, I know you do gin and tonic, but it's the same-ish.
Yeah, like a spirit and a healthier drink.
I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm hoping by next year I can be...
You get that summer bod.
Yeah, I want that, what's it called, the factory setting. I want to go back to factory setting where I feel a bit more... better.
I think you look good already. Just like
I'm breathing in a little bit.
Yep.
Do you know what? I don't. I made a few jokes on the show in the past about, kind of hating my weight, and I know that can upset some people sometimes. So I do apologize. But
you can have your own opinion of your weight.
Yeah, but sometimes people find it self-sabotaging and stuff, and I ain't trying to get sympathy. But yeah. Anyway, I want to make some differences, and I've cut out a lot of sugar this week, which is good. I've had a few slips. But
it happens.
I smash energy drinks like there's no tomorrow, and I haven't had one this week, which is a really big thing.
Very good. So, very good. Your heart will be thanking you a lot.
Literally, that's the thing. I was heading towards an early grave, so now
maybe I can do a live stream for it.
Now, what if
of Connor's
you can do a speech. You can say he was a great guy.
I'll vlog. I'll be like, hey guys, I'm at Connor's grave.
Let's go back to the vlogging days of Aidan and Connor. Fuck. I couldn't do that again.
Man. No vlogging. No vlogging for Connor again.
I do a few for the... how Crispy goes to Comic Cons and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
That. Yeah.
He met Alex Kingston, which is actually really cool.
Yes. Yeah.
I'd love to do we don't really get Comic Cons anymore.
We do, but there's never any Who
is it
stuff
Supernova
here.
we get or some dumb shit like that.
But I saw that Alex Kingston went to... obviously, she went to... I think it was Brisbane where Crispy was.
Yeah.
And then she went to Adelaide as well because it was around the same time.
Not perfect.
So I'm hoping... Well, because Adelaide's still a trek to go to from the East Coast. So I'm hoping, maybe, if Adelaide can get Alex Kingston, maybe we can get a supporting Who character one day. Fingers crossed.
She'd be like, I love YouTube channels with 280 subs.
So get us to 500. That's what it's for.
Make it more impressive for Alex Kingston.
News!
News!
A big budget has everyone scared. That's the news.
Are you scared about the big budget?
No, because... story is separate to money. I understand the hesitancy of Midnight and Eve of the Daleks, all these sort of really good bottle mini kind of toned back episodes.
That shit can still happen.
All stem from being the cheaper episodes. Yeah, and that can still happen.
Budget into other episodes.
Yeah.
Numb nuts.
I think we'll just wait and see till we have that call. But I think they're saying 10 million an episode. Is that what I read? Or am I crazy?
Okay, I don't want to say. I thought it was free.
I think that's what they said it was, and it's going to triple to 10 million.
You're joking.
No,
10 million.
I don't know, man.
That's GOT status.
I don't make the rules.
Wasn't House of Dragon 10 mil per episode?
Maybe.
That's fucked.
Maybe I'm a liar. If I am, fake news.
Alright, come on.
But I think it's 10 mil.
That fucking blows me away.
Yeah.
That blows the tits.
Now you're scared.
Body. Well, why are people scared? Because they want the...
you see Star Wars and Marvel, and a lot of the time it's all special effects and no substance. So.
I said this months ago. Russell coming back won't change a lot of things, and it hasn't. Because people are already complaining.
Oh, dude.
People are already complaining. So
fuck Twitter.
You knew this.
The last few days has been
gonna happen.
The most toxic place ever. I want to stay out of that. We're here to provide the comedy.
I'm just saying it's gonna happen.
Yeah. People suck. People will always hate on something, and there is comments said by RTD in the new magazine that I understand some of the hesitancy from people about it, but we're not going to go there today.
That's Elon Musk's Twitter. Okay.
Yeah.
Show some respect.
All right. So beyond the budget. A few other bits of juicy information from Doctor Who magazine is that Russell has revealed that at the time of writing his column in that magazine, he's currently also writing episode 7 of series 14. So we know there's at least 7 episodes. I reckon there'll be 8. I reckon.
Something about when people say like what episode they're writing, it just gives me this warm feeling.
Yeah, well, he says working on, not necessarily writing, so it might not be a Russell penned episode.
Excuse me, everybody.
He might just be there.
I'll retract that statement.
No, the statement still works completely fine. I was amending my statement.
I've been so annoyed today.
Man, look at you.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
Go on toxic Twitter, Connor.
On Elon Musk's Twitter. Yeah, I need to join that toxic Twitter group. I'm like, Aidan sucks. No, I'm just saying it excites me. I think we're going to get 10, personally.
You reckon 10?
Yeah, let's get that.
I'd love it.
$100 million budget.
Yo!
Yeah, that's too much. Yeah, maybe 8.
That means they're spending 100 million.
Yeah, maybe 8. Maybe 8, actually. If they're doing 10 mil per episode, 80 million.
I could see 8. I think 8's a good amount where it's like, yeah, like it definitely feels like a season. That being said, you know, I remember like Chibber's first few seasons, I couldn't believe like 10 episodes, and like it felt crazy that we were having like 10 weeks of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I think it had been a hot minute since we had a full season, and so many shows these days are 6 to 8 episodes. But even by the time Fox came around, I remember being like, wow, 6 episodes feels like a long time. We used to have 13 weeks of Doctor Who. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. But I guess one of the downsides of having a lot of episodes is that you do get a bit, I've had this before, like kind of like mid-seasons, you get a little bit of fatigue and you kind of want to get towards the final because you're getting hyped for that. So
yeah,
sometimes less is more, I guess.
8 will trim the fat. I don't think there'd be any filler with an 8 episode run.
If we have 8, like obviously I want heaps. But we also got to remember, like, we're getting 4 episodes next year, and that'll be very close to the end of the year. So that'll be, and we assume it might start around like maybe April. Like, we're all just fucking guessing.
Series 14, yeah, we have no clue, but
it may be like earlier on in 2024. Sorry, but yeah, we obviously would have had 4 episodes.
Yeah, because it's 3 in November, 1 in December, or early January, and then this new season.
Well, actually, quickly speaking on that budget.
Money.
Yeah, so are we talking that 10 mil budget has been used for those 3 specials, do you reckon?
I have no idea. I don't know. This is just I don't think there's any like specific information out there about it. I think that's just the general.
But we were going with the idea that the specials were under Disney.
I think so. Yeah, I can imagine that they've been working with Disney this whole time, but I'm not sure. I'm
just saying though, from that like Bristol film and that the scenes there, it just looked like the budget was insane. So something we hadn't seen before.
I think they would have been working with them for quite a while. Let's have a look at this article. A budget update. While recent seasons of the British epic have been produced around 1.1 to 3 million budget an episode, this could increase to around 11.5 million is what they're saying. This is the direct.com. They're saying 11.5 million.
That is insane, isn't it?
That's a lot of money per episode, man. Remember when it was made with like $1?
I do. I watched an episode today. It seemed like it was made with $1.
That's the 2 Doctors, baby. The other, like I said, all sorts of other bits of news in there. But one other thing just to comment on is the fact that they finally confirmed 3 specials. The first directed by Rachel Talalay, the second directed by Tom Kingsley, and the third directed by Shania Button. Nothing we didn't already know.
That kind of
cool to have it confirmed.
Actually, I thought Rachel was directing the third.
Oh, did you? No.
That was a surprise to me.
I think it's always been the first because it said on the clapper, episode 1, I think. I don't know. I could be so wrong.
Shit.
But that's great. I think it's cool that we got her for the comeback.
They also confirmed the director who's doing the first couple shooting episodes.
Did. I can't remember his name, but
yeah, I looked him up and seems cool. Mm-hmm. Seems like it's in good hands.
The hands are good.
Yeah, and and we should also get. I think they said in September of this year they were doing auditions for companions with Shooty present. Mm-hmm. Which makes sense considering they need that chemistry.
And there was actually an Instagram post from Russell on the date that it happened. And it was Russell. Is it Phil?
Yeah, Phil was there. And I think the casting director was there as well.
Probably casting director. And then, Shooty was there.
The person who everyone thinks is Murray Gold, including me.
A lot like Murray.
Murray Gold with a beard. Everyone thought it was him. It's actually the casting director, which is sad. But also I was like, why is Murray in all these like photos?
That is still so cool that it's like we got to see a picture of them doing rehearsals before we knew. He's such a tease, that Russell guy.
He knows what he's doing.
He does.
And he's doing it great. Because I can't stop fucking talk. I'm annoying people how much I'm talking about it and thinking about it.
I had one of those things the other day. I know you said you've bumped into a few people who've done the same thing. But my friend group, who none of them are Doctor Who fans, one of them watches it from time to time, hasn't watched it lately. Yeah. But literally, a bunch of the girls in the group who are very not sci-fi geeky type girls at all, they were all like, "Hey, like I heard about the new Doctor Who. I think I might watch it now. It's on Disney Plus." And I was like, "Excuse me?" And they're like, "Yeah, it seems cool. I like Shooty." And I was like, "Fuck me dead. If these people." Like, I won't name them on the show, but I'll name them after the show.
Yeah.
That if these people who never in a million years would I think would watch Doctor Who are genuinely like, yeah, I'll probably watch it when it comes on. That blows my mind.
No, it's great. And well, they also like, we love your show, Aidan.
They were like, oh, we've listened to every episode of the podcast.
Well, the good thing is as well, I feel like sometimes we started the show at a bad time, but I also think we also had it started at a good time.
Yeah.
Because we have the backlog, and also when all the new fans come in. We welcome you.
We welcome aboard the TARDIS.
I hugged my camera the other day. It was quite fun.
Did you say you hugged your camera?
Yeah, so I was filming a video yesterday and I ended it. I don't know why. I was just like, oh, come here, you little fucking... Started like hugging my camera.
Is this like part of the video? Or?
Yeah, it's how I end it.
So it wasn't like you stopped recording and then you were like, I just want to give you a cuddle.
Nah, the video ends with me like grabbing the camera and hugging it.
That's cute. That's cozy.
So
I wish I was that camera.
Well, you can VA when you watch the video.
Oh, no, I just wanted to hug.
You can get a hug on our Christmas episode.
Oh, I'm only allowed a hug once a year at Christmas.
And you can shake my hand if you win a 50%.
If I win a 50%.
Yeah. Well,
okay. So 50% is the
award show
that Connor wants to do at the end of the year. Do I get a say? Do I get to help make this happen? Or is this all...
You can.
You make the...
You can if you want.
You make the categories and you make the winners and you make...
Am I doing too much? Do you want to help? I already think you have enough on your plate.
Shouldn't it be like not bias? Isn't that the...
No, you can definitely, you can definitely help. I haven't done anything yet.
Yes.
It's just in my head, I'm thinking of like ideas.
Big brain moment, cogs turning.
You can,
I'll think of some.
Definitely, yeah. No, I wasn't trying to say you can't.
No, I know.
I guess it would be a bit biased. It was just me. But yeah, no, Russell D. Davis just posted a picture.
You're like, and the winner of the best co-host of the
me.
50%, it's me.
Wait.
Sponsored by me.
It's all me.
It is.
Actually, we should get it by the end of the year. I got a parcel shipped
from
Vinny yesterday, which is awesome. And we'll open that on the show. I won't say what's in the parcel.
I think we said it a few weeks ago, but it can be a mystery now.
Maybe I did.
But yeah, it looks very cool. Let's do this, Connor. I've got a surprise for myself.
I'm so keen for this.
It's currently in this room.
I know, I always look around.
Yeah, where is it? And look, I was so excited. I ordered this in March. It might have been April. I think I ordered it in April. A custom-made item came from a guy in, I think it was like kind of rural France.
Was it on Etsy or something?
No, I found him on Instagram. And you'll understand. You'll just understand. Just close your eyes. Close your eyes. Maybe just hum a tune so it's not dead air whilst I get it.
I can say so. I can say what I think it is. It must be like a custom-made item for you. Aidan's the kind of wanky guy who would do that.
Keep your eyes closed.
They are.
Keep your eyes closed.
What is this? I'm
going to grab your hand, and then you're going to hold it, and now open your eyes.
No way. He made it for you?
Yeah, I got someone to custom make me the Series 9 Steelbook.
No way!
Wow, and I also got... I got
cool.
to choose the artwork for inside, so it's a better artwork. It's my favourite Doctor Who artwork, which is Peter and Jenna and the Daleks on Abbey Road. So...
Wow, that's dedication.
Man, this thing, I've been sat on it for ages. Yeah, I'll put some photos on the screen for the audience. Because literally, like, you guys know, the charade of the past year and a bit of me, I begged on the podcast. I was like, if anyone has one and doesn't need it anymore, I'll happily take it. I emailed the manufacturers of the Steelbook to be like, is that all possible? I will pay money. If you have a spare, even a prototype, I'd love it.
So you messaged this guy and said, can you custom make me this?
Yeah. So, if anyone wants a Series 9 Steelbook, just look for, like, custom Steelbooks. There's, like, a few different accounts that do it on Instagram. And they make custom Steelbooks for just everything. And this guy's made a few of these before, of these Series 9 ones.
This is sick.
I got to pick the interior art.
That's dedication.
It's
I know how much
cool.
you want this.
I know. I'm so happy. I was sending pictures to like Vinny and Dylan of it like on my shelf, and I was like, "Fuck, I can't send it to Connor, but I really want to."
That's dedication right there.
It's very cool. Cost me like awesome. I think it cost me almost $200 just for a packet, just for a case.
Wow.
But you know what?
Hey, you know what? It
the
means
shelf
so much
looks
to you.
complete.
I'm into like. Sometimes you got to splash out and get yourself something a bit extravagant, even though it might cost you a bit of money.
Yeah.
I remember sometimes you got to do it.
I even said to my dad, like, I was like, should I do it? That's a lot of money. And he was like, yeah, fuck it. You'll like it. And I was like, sure. And then I like showed him it the other day. And he was like, oh, how much does it cost? And I was like, $200. And he was like, yeah, wow. And I was like, yeah, I did tell you that first. And he was like, I don't remember. I think I was drunk.
That was in March. Dude, it actually looks legit though. Like
it does. It looks like a real boy steelbook.
Okay, that's so cool. I didn't even know you could. Now that you say it, of course it kind of makes sense. Of course people could do that stuff. But like, yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, I got the idea because my mum got something custom made for my dad. Like an Eagles football team thing. Yeah. And I was just sort of like, surely people make custom steelbooks. And
I didn't think of that.
I know, it just came to me, and that was it. And now I finally have it, and I can sleep at night. I literally wake up every day, and I look at him, and I go, "Morning, Peter." Nick was like taking the piss out of me.
Well,
like,
you really wanted it, that's for sure.
Morning, Peter. Morning, Jenna. It's very cool. And the guy, like the guy that made it, I won't plug him because he's actually stopped making them. Because he
was it such a pain in the ass to do?
Well, no, he just had. These people, they do it as like a side hustle, right? Like on the weekends, they'll make a few and stuff. But he got so many steelbook orders, and he just got so backed up. And then like he got COVID.
For those, or was it for?
No, just all steelbooks that he makes. He just got so backed up, and he's just like done a cut off now. He's like he's done. He's just going to finish off the ones that he's got ordered. And he did slightly make it wrong at first, and then sent me a photo, and I was like. I did. He put the Jodie Whittaker logo on the spine, but it was like not the official one. It was kind of like a fake one. It didn't look that nice, and I was kind of like, "Hey man, is there any chance you can redo the spine for me?" And I like made the spine in Photoshop and sent it over. And he also put the wrong art inside. But great guy, lovely stuff, really, really friendly guy. So he never complained or anything. He was like, "Oh, that's my fault. You mentioned it earlier on." And right. Nice guy. But yeah, unfortunately, he's not making them anymore. But there is other accounts on there on Instagram that do it. So yeah.
Yeah, I follow a guy on Instagram. He makes custom VHSs, which is really cool. And he like records the movies onto the VHS tapes.
Wow,
it's actually so cool.
That is cool.
And he just does it as like a side hustle. He'll make like 5 because they're hard to make.
Yeah.
And then he'll just send them off, and
that is cool.
And he does like and then he normally does like ones that he picks to do. Like he'll pick a movie, or you can like pay a bit more money to get like a custom one.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's really cool actually. I've been meaning to. I want to get the Lighthouse one. He has the Lighthouse one, and it looks fucking sick. Yeah, it looks so cool.
That is very cool.
That is really cool. Yeah.
You love the Lighthouse.
Oh, and it's so cool. You can actually get your own movies done.
Really?
Yeah. So you can send in your own movies, like you can put in your short films and get it on VHS. And it's recorded on the VHS.
That's interesting.
That's pretty so cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah. It would be cool if it was like someone did it for like film reels, and it was like they actually came in like a film canister and it had like your name written on it. Oh, I'm sure there's
onto film reel.
I'm sure there is some kind of way. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure there's a way. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they record it off of the TV. I don't know.
Do you know much?
I don't know a lot, man. I'm going to be honest. Not the smartest guy in the world.
You're not that bad. You did good at school.
I was alright at school. Yeah. But
you did good at school.
I'll take that as a win. Shall we move on to a bit of a review?
I really want to talk about this.
This is the Two Doctors, is the 3-part, 45-minute serial we're talking about today. It's the 4th serial of the 22nd season of the British science fiction television series Doctor Who, first broadcast in 3 weekly parts from the 16th of February to the 2nd of March 1985, set on an alien space station and in and around Saville. In the serial, the alien time traveler, the 6th Doctor, is his former traveling companion, Jamie Crimmen, and his current companion, Perry Brown, work to save the younger 2nd Doctor from the biogeneticist Dastari, who intends to steal the knowledge of how to travel in time from the 2nd Doctor's genetic makeup. Now, One thing that this doesn't mention that I feel like is 75% of the runtime and the most like it just takes up so much time consistently is the guy that wants to eat people.
Oh my god!
This episode is a ride. It is.
I said that I wanted to watch this episode.
Mm-hmm.
It was like my request.
It was Connor's rare classic request.
Man, this was not at all what I was expecting. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Even me, I had no idea what I was going into.
It's not. I don't know why. I was expecting like a time crash kind of episode, like with Peter Davison and David Tennant. I don't know why.
You thought Peter Davison and David Tennant were going to rock up in this episode?
No, I just bought time crash style.
Yeah.
Dude, they don't even meet until the third part.
Yeah, I know, and even then it's like only a couple of scenes.
They don't even do anything.
They don't have fun with it or anything like that.
Nothing. They don't have fun with it. And literally at the end, Patrick Troughton's doctor's just like, all right, see ya, and they go.
Yeah. See you, folks. And he's also got very grey hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I read somewhere that it doesn't make sense. Like, this episode shouldn't, like, in the second Doctor's continuity, it doesn't make sense. Because I think he's with Jamie one-on-one not for long after Victoria leaves. I don't know. I don't know 60s Who enough to process it. But apparently it, like, doesn't make sense when it is supposed to be set for those two characters.
This story is just, like, the Sontarans are in it, and they're, like, pointless.
Yeah.
They don't do anything. And there's literally only two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not really a Sontaran story. It's not really like... I feel like it doesn't really have like a big bad per se.
There's so much padding that you're just like, what's going on?
Ugh.
Because people are just talking and going around in circles in dialogue, and
it's so long as well. It could have easily been 2 parts.
I gotta say,
it has to be 3, and they're 45 minutes long. It's such a fucking drag.
They feel it.
Like, Jesus, 3 parts and it's 45 minutes long. It's like a movie.
The first part I was so uninterested in, and then part 2 I was actually like, okay, that was kind of shit, but I really enjoyed it. And then part 3 I was kind of in the middle, where I was like kind of in and out.
I was kind of the opposite. I liked the first part.
Okay, interesting.
Didn't really like the second part, and I think I liked the third part because
it ended.
I didn't like it. I tolerated it, because it ended. Well, more just because like the reason why I wanted to watch the fucking thing is because I wanted to see Colin Baker and Patrick Troughton together, because like Patrick Troughton and John Pertwee were so cool together in the Three Doctors. Yeah. I thought John Pertwee.
Pertwee.
I know.
That's the classic joke.
I'm taking the piss. John Pertwee. Yeah, you know how good John Pertwee and Patrick Troughton were?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
They were just so good in it. And I know William Hart was there, but he was obviously a bit ill.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like expectations and the reality. I don't know how well loved this story is, but
not very well loved at all, I don't think. So it's
yeah, that kind of makes sense now. I don't know why I wanted to watch this one, but I guess like I love multi-Doctor stories. Like I'd love to do the 5 Doctors at one point.
Yeah, we'll do it. I think the Blu-ray, I reckon it's going to come out next year. I reckon we're going to get the collection for season 20 next year.
Is that Peter Davison?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that'll be cool. One thing that I'll say was really good about this episode, location filming.
Definitely.
Always looks good. Always feels good.
Definitely.
It's like effort has kind of gone into the production.
I knew you were going to like that. They were in Spain or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it looked really nice.
I think that's why I didn't like part 1, because it was all like sets, and it's just like the classic 80s Who, dark, dingy sets.
I guess because I'm not really used to that, because I don't really watch a lot of classic Who. That was the stuff I kind of like.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of why I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
The story is kind of like all over the place. And it's funny, like we literally start with like for the first 15 minutes, it is just the second Doctor and Jamie. Like,
yeah,
it almost is like an adventure with them.
Mm-hmm.
It starts in black and white, which is really cool, and then it transitions to color.
I forgot about that. That was really cool. A real nice touch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah. It was, and that was really nice. And it's a good way to show like this is set in their like timeline, even though. I'm not sure, but even though you said it didn't really make much sense, it kind of was like showing this is their timeline.
Yeah.
And then we cut to the 6th Doctor and Perry fishing.
Yes.
And this duo always makes me scratch my head a little bit. He's such a dick.
Yes. I think that...
I like him, though. I like him.
I do like him.
But man, is he a dick.
It's just such a shame that, like, both of his seasons... So I've seen both of his main seasons now. I've got a couple episodes left in season 22 to watch. But... I've seen the majority of his run, and I feel like he is like definitely like good, but he just keeps like having to be aggressive earlier on, and I just feel like, and I feel like a lot of the stories let him down. I feel like a 12-year-old in the Peter Capaldi era, like Peter Capaldi was great, but he just had such shit writing. Whereas it's like, no, that's not true, young Aidan.
Right. Because like his next season, isn't it just all Trial of the Time Lord?
Yeah, but it's sort of like 4 different plots that all...
Isn't it like 12 parts or something?
14.
Have you watched it?
Yeah.
You've seen it?
Yeah. But it's like...
Oh my God.
It's basically like 3 4-parters and a 2-parter. And
on a bike.
The 3 4-parters all have like intercutting things that slowly do the Child of the Time Lord plot. And then the last 2-parter is like the climax of that.
And Perry dies at the end.
No, she doesn't die.
Okay.
But halfway through she goes, it's a classic Who. Oh, their contract runs out. Let's bring in a new one halfway through the season.
Okay.
It is the weirdest thing. I think from memory, that's when they introduced Mel, who you have not met yet. No, she's the ginger. You would have seen her in Power the Doctor.
Yeah.
And she's like, they don't explain why she's with the Doctor. Like, or maybe there's a line, but there's no introductory story for her.
Okay.
She just like rocks up.
And it just starts like it's some time passed, and it's like they're just together.
Man, I don't remember.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like Colin Baker got a bit shafted because from what I've watched, and I've enjoyed watching. From what I know there's some fucks out there who get angry at us talking about Classic Who and our lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
But from what I have seen, which isn't much, his era definitely is a bit interesting because I've seen the Cybermen 2-parter from the beginning of season 22.
Yep.
That's that Revenge of the Cybermen or some shit.
Attack of the
Cybermen. And yeah, something felt a bit off about that. And then there's something about this episode that like felt a bit off. I think the 45-minute parts thing is like it's a cool idea, but man, when there's 3 of them,
yeah, I don't rate it.
Why is there 3 parts? It drags.
It drags big time. I'm
big mad.
You like the big mad?
Yeah, I'm big mad.
Yeah. Colin definitely got shafted because I believe they made this season, and one thing that I really like, I think Chris Chapman said it, and he makes a lot of the documentaries on almost every set. I think he's made like a feature documentary for each collection set, and I think he said what's so special about season 22 is that Nicola Bryant and Colin Baker were both like kind of in their prime, and they were both sort of like, we're going to be the next big Doctor Who's. Like, they were so hopeful. They didn't know how badly received the era was going to be. So they are so excited and so, like, loving it. And then I think it was a mix. I want to say his name's Peter Grimwade or something, who was, like, the commissioner or some producer at the BBC at the time. And I think he saw there was, like, a lot of violence. And I think he just didn't like Doctor Who. I think I read somewhere. I don't know. Either way, they were like, Doctor Who's taken a hiatus. I think there was an 18-month gap between 22 and 23. And then 23 was, Trial of the Time Lords, back to 22-minute episodes. But it all had to have this thread going through it. And then, soon after, a few seasons later, it got taken off air.
They seem to be doing, like, unique ideas with, like, the 45-minute episodes, the 12-part continuous storyline. Like, they seem to be doing some interesting stuff, which I guess, in the grand scheme of things, didn't really pay off. But and it's such a convoluted plot. Like, it's
very
like
messy.
The Time Lord sent the Doctor to this place, and they kidnap him, and they're trying to create not a TARDIS, but like a time machine, and they're getting help from the Sontarans for some reason. And the Sontarans, again, they don't do anything.
Did you say the Time Lords? The Time Lords in this?
The Time Lords send the Doctor, they said.
Oh, right.
They're not in it. They get mentioned, and Rassilon gets mentioned and stuff.
Oh, I remember that, actually, yeah.
Dude, do you know, it blows my mind so much how... it hits me every time. Like, the Time Lords and Gallifrey and shit is such a huge part of Classic Who. And when you watch New Who, it's not really a big part of it. But like, in Classic Who, it's so... It's huge.
It's funny, though, because... they're mentioned a lot in Classic Who because they are a present figure in Classic Who. But it's like they have a more impact story-wise in New Who because, it's all the Doctor's PTSD, it's the Time War and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but in Classic Who, they're only in... they're in quite a few episodes, but like there's only a handful of episodes that are Time Lord focused.
Is Trial of the Time Lords quite Time Lord focused?
Yes.
Isn't it entirely set on Gallifrey?
It's all set in a room on Gallifrey.
I tell you what, I feel like
a courtroom.
I feel like I've got to watch that at some point. I feel like I'm going to drive myself insane.
Yeah, you will.
But
Well, maybe we'll split it up and do like the first 4 parts, the second 4 parts, third 4 parts, and then the 2-part.
Well, what I did with this, I watched a part every day, and that was 45 minutes. I can watch a 22-minute episode every day. Mm-hmm. That's not impossible.
No, it's not.
I feel like I've got to say I've watched the Trial of the Time Lords. I know it's just always such a fat meme.
Then you would have watched an entire season of Classic Who.
Yeah, true.
Does that blow your mind? You've actually seen a lot of Classic Who now. Well, not a lot, but
I was thinking that at work today, and I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, you've seen far more than I thought you'd ever see.
Well, because cool. I've never, I didn't watch. I've seen a bit, but I hadn't watched like a continuous story.
Yeah.
Since this year.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Banging. Okay, so a few things I want to rattle off. Mm-hmm. One, the Sontarans, shittest costumes, shittest prosthetics. I think this is a downgrade from other Sontaran stories, I believe. They
really walk like human. They didn't even try to be different.
They were like, you don't need a mouth that moves.
Yeah, they have the swagger of like a human. They're very human.
Oh, dude, I wrote here, shit costumes and tall, sassy one. Because one of the tall Sontaran was like strutting around.
Like, I was like, what the hell?
Sassy as. There was also the Sontaran leg that got blown off.
Yes,
was
just like holding it.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus. And I didn't like the rat. When I didn't like that guy at all that was like trying to eat people. When he tried to eat the rat, it's like, what? This is the grossest, makes me so uncomfortable.
Well,
don't like the rat.
We spoke to Josh about this when we reviewed
Attack of the Cybermen.
I was about to call it Revenge of the Cybermen. I get it wrong every time. Yeah. So they said that this season kind of pushed it a little bit with like the blood and stuff. Because a bloke gets stabbed in this episode, by the way. It's the tiniest wound ever. And I thought he was joking because he's meant to be like this actor.
Yeah.
Oscar, his name is. He's meant to be an actor, and then, like, he's saying this poem as he's dying, and I thought he was joking, and then he fucking dies.
I also laughed when he died, like a vocal laugh. I went, what?
It's so funny. Like, literally, the doctor and this bloke who like walks around eating rats and like and trying to cook ribbon. It's like they're two blokes who like got the munchies or something. Yeah, they literally they got in like a caravan, and they all change into like costumes.
They also knock the guy out.
Yeah, and he just rolls. Literally, it's like they got the munchies because they go into town. They eat like 1,000 fucking French dollars
and they're
worth
just
of
chatting
food,
shit. They're just chatting shit,
and then like they go to pay for it. I'm like, this is actually. I remember thinking in my head like, surely we're not going to see the doctor and this bloke go to town and eat, and it literally happened. I was like, is this important to the storyline? This is what I mean by it didn't need to be 3 parts. Like, you could have fucking not done that.
No, we did not need that.
By this bloke who like is like this chef who's trying to heal these people is the most annoying, grossest character I think I've ever seen in my life. Every time I looked at him, I felt physically sick.
Yeah, same. Just the way the look of him, I didn't like it.
He's got all these like warts all over his face. Like he just looks disgusting, and like he's running after like Perry in like a hell seedy way, trying to like cook her. He tries to cook Jamie. This rat.
Did you laugh when Pat Troughton turned into the orange eyebrows?
It was weird, man. Like he started, literally, Patrick Troughton started turning into this guy, and he started getting all like the warts all over his face and the eyebrows, and I was like, man, this is whack.
This is a batshit bananas episode,
and it really did blow my mind that it's called the Two Doctors, and they don't meet until the 3rd part, and even when they do meet, it's so anticlimactic. It's like, I've come a long way for you, and it's like, I don't know. It's like maybe they didn't treat... Like now when we see a multi-doctor story, everyone goes nuts.
Yeah.
But maybe back in the day, it just wasn't that big of a thing.
I think it would have been a big deal, but I think they just...
Was it? Do you reckon it was?
Yeah, I think the 5 Doctors was like huge and the 3 Doctors was huge.
So what's the deal with it being so just mediocre?
I think that's just the way that the script was written.
This storyline is pants, man.
I think Pat got shafted for one. Like he didn't have a lot to do, but Fraser Hines in particular, who's such a cool like as
this is Jamie. Yeah, he was really good. Character, he was really good.
Had nothing to do. There were some episodes where I was like, did he get like 4 or 5 lines the whole episode? And I kind of felt like his performance, like he started off like excited to be back doing Doctor Who again, and then just like throughout the serial, I just felt like he slowly was like, "Oh, this is really shit."
This script sucks, man. Like, it's just it overstays its welcome, and it's just really bad. And like, it kind of just sucks. Like, they treated it, and it's Patrick Troughton's last episode.
Yeah,
that's what who they was in, and it just sucks. I'm sorry. Like, this is definitely my least favorite episode of Classic Who I've watched, and it sucks because this is the one I said let's watch.
Came for, yeah.
I said let's watch this one. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't It wasn't literally when I went to go play it on BritBox. I saw on the thumbnail it showed us on torrent, and I was like, I didn't know it was on torrent. So this is sick. And they don't do anything.
Yeah.
I swear, like I'm not making this up. They literally don't. They're just there. They mention the Routons a lot, which is cool.
Yeah. The Routons. Routons.
Routons.
Routons.
Routons.
I think it's the Routons. It's pronounced.
The
I don't
raisins.
know. I could be wrong.
Raisin brand.
One thing I did like was Colin Baker just in the waistcoat.
Oh,
I thought that was a great look.
Was so cool. I love
that. Slapped.
I love it. And you know what? We talk a lot about Colin Baker, and I love all the Doctors in their own way. There isn't one I dislike. There's obviously some I like more than others, and I think Colin's definitely one of the ones that I'm not really attached to, but I still really like his Doctor, and I do feel sorry for him for having to go through.
Yeah.
That production sounded a bit nasty. Even the fact that he didn't come back to film his regeneration scenes.
That was his choice.
Yeah, but there must have been a reason, surely. He was probably a bit pissed off.
They said, will you come back to do one story at the start of the season? So he'd have like the premiere and he'd regenerate in the premiere serial. And he was like, no, I'm not like sacrificing like a month of my time that I could be off working on other projects to come back and do that, which is fair enough. And I understand why there would have been some saltiness.
Well, he came back last month.
He did. You know, I'm more attached to Colin Baker, the actor, than the Sixth Doctor.
Same.
Like
Colin's a lad, man. He's so cool.
When I saw him rock up in Power, I was like, it's Colin. I wasn't like, it's the Sixth Doctor.
Yeah. He looks so different now as well. It's like, you do just think it's Colin Baker.
Yeah.
I do. Do you like Perry?
Yeah, I think Perry's a lot of fun.
Perry is fun.
I think, she's a classic, like, 80s companion. Lots of questions.
Yeah, okay.
And but she's still a lot of fun.
Okay.
What do you?
I thought you were going to say something else.
What?
Do you know what's funny? You cut my comment out last week.
I did, because you sounded like a seedy old man when we mentioned Perry.
I didn't. You said I like Perry, and I said I bet you do.
And it just seemed that was.
You cut
what
it
did
out,
you mean by that?
I was like, I bet you do.
Yeah, well,
you cut it out.
It was like, I bet you do, winky face.
Dude, I can't find, when I do find the perfect video, I want to make a meme where it's like Aidan editing and cutting all the good bits out. Maybe like this video of someone on the computer.
The other bit is you said it over me talking already, so you couldn't quite hear what you said, so it was just kind of an awkward beat as well. So, look, mate.
I can be annoying sometimes.
I'm stopping you getting me too'd.
You're joking, right?
No.
You're joking, right?
I'm kidding.
Christ on a bike.
Did you like Perry?
Yeah, I love Perry.
Yeah? I bet you did.
Yeah. That's all I gotta say about that.
You're a silly man.
John Weird. I think they sexualized her a little bit.
They definitely, like, her costume is... I was reading in Doctor Who magazine...
If I can say that it going on the cotton room
#,
floor.
me too.
It's off. It's on the cotton room floor. It's done.
So I was reading... When they did the ratings, like U, PG, and whatever the UK rating system is...
Yeah.
One of the comments as to why this episode... This is one of the few Classic Who episodes that had to be PG.
Oh my God.
Because of, like, the
Perry's
stab,
costume.
the exploded leg, I think. And one of them was, like, Perry is, like, slightly, like, sexualized. Like, they have, like, low-cut shirts that... Yeah. So it is definitely a thing.
Yeah, I got that impression. Which sucks, because I actually think she's a cool companion, actually.
Yeah, she's cool. And it just feels like she's getting shafted by Colin the whole time. Well, not Colin, by the Sixth Doctor as a character.
That's what I mean. Like, it's like... Oh, by the way, I put on Instagram, like, I swear she mouths asshole.
If anyone knows the answer to it, there's a scene in, I think, part 2.
It's in part 2, yeah.
Where she said something. I don't think it's asshole, because I don't think they would have even tried to have got that across.
But it looks like she mouths asshole. Maybe, I don't know, she goes like...
There's a line of dialogue that's cut from Perry and the Doctor in the TARDIS, and they just put, like, a TARDIS sound over the top of it. I thought it might have been a mistake on the remaster. Because there's been little things like that here and there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you were watching on BritBox, and that's not the remaster. So
well, the public all voted yes. I didn't get a single no.
Right. Okay. Interesting. If anyone knows,
Josh, our Classic Who
expert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If they've said that, then maybe.
Yeah. Literally.
Maybe they actually know the answer. If someone does know the answer, like properly, if they've read it somewhere or something, let us know, because I'm genuinely curious.
Well, he
about
is
that.
A bit of an ass. He is
the Sixth Doctor. Yeah,
he's just a bit mean. But that's the point. I'm not trying to be mean to Colin. I think Colin's lovely.
Yes. Any last points on the Sixth Doctor, on the two Doctors? Sorry.
Yeah, man. Like, you know what? It sucked to be disappointed by it, because I hadn't watched an episode for a while, Classic Who. I do like to dip my toes in a little bit. Mm-hmm. Call me a connoisseur.
We're going to be doing some... a connoisseur. kind of. We're going to be doing some more Classic Who on that note, and we'll be mapping that out tonight after the podcast.
I was going to say, do you have any idea what we're going to watch?
The two
maybe I shouldn't pick its next one.
The two that I want to try and do, you suggested because you'd seen a scene from Green Death, and you're like, this looks cool.
Oh yeah, so, that's where Joe
leaves.
Joe Grant.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I like to watch that.
So we'll do the Green Death, and we'll also do Battlefield, which is one of my favorite stories. It's not great by any means,
Sylvester
and Ace again.
I do simp Ace,
but I just think it's a lot of fun. Something about that story makes me feel so warm and cozy. And I'm not going to tell you anything else about it because there's another character in it that's quite cool, but I think it'll be a nice surprise for you.
It's the Master playing a pussycat again.
No, the Master is not playing a pussycat. Meow, I'm the Meowster.
I'm the Meowster.
I'm the Meowster.
Yeah, and we'll put the 50%ies in there at some point, and we will get to Dr. Mysterio.
Yes, so I don't think we've actually said this on the show, but Dr. Mysterio, because we were going to start season 10 before Christmas, but we decided let's just hold off doing Mysterio until Christmas. So we're going to do in the lead up to that a few classic episodes, a few special episodes.
Children of Earth is next week.
Next week we're going to be doing Children of Earth, all in one episode. So you're going to get lots of content. We're going to shake it up so you're not just getting, for those that don't watch Classic Who, you're not getting a whole heap of Classic Who and being turned off the show. They'll be scattered between different episodes in the lead up to Christmas. Yeah. And then we'll have our Christmas Spectacular, again, our annual Christmas Spectacular, where we will review Dr. Mysterio in that episode. The Christmas special we did last year is my favorite episode we've ever done on the podcast, and so I think we have a lot. I've got in my head. I'm like, fuck, we need to do something really good for it this year.
It looked really nice, and there's something about the lighting in that episode.
It was really nice,
so lovely.
The warm
and
Christmassy.
It never looked like that ever again.
Well, it's because we had all the warm lights, and I think the color temperature.
Did you put lights? You did some lights in the background. Sorry.
There was some lights up. There was a Christmas tree up in the background, and I actually I had the color temperature on the camera wrong, so everything our skin's actually kind of yellow because of the lights and the tungsten lighting.
Yeah, I remember I shaved
the white balance,
that day, and I looked like a mannequin. I literally look plastic, but it looks lovely. I had my first eggnog the other day.
Yeah,
man, I love eggnog. So
and I think a highlight for me as well was having Vinny play her rendition of Song for 10 at the end of the show.
Oh god, that was great.
It was a lovely episode. I just thought we had good vibes, and
I got you that ginger beer,
which I will start drinking again soon because that's the Christmas drink.
I actually I started Children of Earth.
Oh, you've started it?
Because I love it so much.
Yeah, well, I'll probably start it. I wanted
to show the missus it, so I was like, we'll get on it now because it's like, it's not me. It's like, it's hard to get us both sat down to watch it. But
I'll probably start it tomorrow. I think, so I'm away over the weekend. So
ooh, where are you going?
South to Australand. I've got a friend that lives down in Australand, so I'm it's like 2 hours south. So I'm gonna pop down and see him on Saturday night.
Oh baby!
Are you
staying there?
A little road trip. Yeah, I'll stay at the house for a night.
Oh cool. So Coolio and Glaciers.
I love doing big solo drives. I'm a big fan of that.
Get some Big Finish to listen to.
Maybe not. I don't know. I've hit I've gone through a big finish that I haven't gotten that into.
A few big finish drought.
No, a big finish. Just they've been like episodes, and I'm just like,
hi, I'm Kate Stewart. This is Osgood.
Oh look, it's the Cybermen, the Master, the Daleks, the Silurians. They're all coming for us.
Can they use score from Iron or not?
No.
Okay.
No, so it's
why can't they? It's the BBC.
It's called copyright, and that stuff costs money. And I assume Big Finish doesn't get enough money to license it.
Yeah, Big Finish isn't BBC, is it?
No, bitch. More like Big Bitch. Christ.
What?
BBC.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know, man. Sometimes I just splutter words. Okay, so we'll come back to Two Doctors shortly, and we will give our final rating of it, where we'll rate it out of 10.
2 thumbs down.
2 thumbs. Oh my god! But for now,
nah, it's not that bad.
We're going to talk about a movie, and don't turn off, don't skip ahead, guys. Barbarian is a movie that is an experience to watch. What I will say is maybe if you want to go into this knowing absolutely nothing, we're not going to spoil it, but just I think the way that we're going to talk about it will mildly. It doesn't spoil the plot, but it spoils the experience ever so slightly. So if you do want to watch it, pause the show, go watch it, come back. Or just skip ahead the next 5 minutes. We're not going to talk about it for that long because I know a lot of people aren't keen for it. But when me and Connor are both seen a movie, not together, but when we both seen a movie,
we never go together.
No, why would we ever do that?
We should really go to some point.
I think that often.
Yeah, okay. Well, Okay, so I was so keen to see this.
Yes, introduce us to Barbarian.
Yeah, so I was so keen to see this, man. Like, I got all the reviews in my feed from like Johns and Stuckman and Flip Pick and stuff, and they're like my go-to people, and Grace Randolph and stuff, but like she didn't post a review. But either way, yeah, I was so keen for it, and I watched the trailer, and I was like, this is great. Because I love Billy Skarsgård, I love Justin Long, and the main actress in it, I can't remember her name, but she was in Broadchurch season 3.
Was she?
Which is crazy. Because I'm like, this is a Chris Chibnall script lover. And I was like, okay, fair enough. And I just recently rewatched season 3. I watched 1 to 3. So I'd rewatched that, and then I was like, this is really cool. What a glow up. But I was so keen for it. I kept checking everywhere to see if Perth was going to put it up at some cinemas, and I wasn't getting anything for ages. And then eventually, Ground Cinemas, they put it up.
Well, we got it at the same time as like, most of the world.
Yeah, America got it. You know what America's like with the Halloween movies? They get them like weeks before.
Yeah, I know. It came out in the UK, I think, at the same time as it came out here.
Yeah, it was definitely better than it's been in the past.
Yeah,
which is good.
Well, there's a movie. We're going to go down the same. What's the word? A broken record here. But there's a movie that I'm so keen for called Emily, and it only comes out January, I think 13th.
I haven't heard of that.
And it stars Emma Mackey, from Maeve from Sex Education.
Oh yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah. And I've listened to some interviews with the director and with Emma. And it just and I've heard a review, and I've not seen a trailer. I've just seen a photo, but I'm like, I know I'm gonna love this.
Yeah.
Barbarian as well. All my go-to reviewers, none of them of which are the same as yours. I do like John's, but I didn't see his review. But yeah, my go-to reviewers all sung its praises, and they were like, yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch a trailer. I went in blind as a bat.
Good man, that's great.
I'd heard on a podcast like a 30-second audio clip from the start of the film, but that's all I had. One sentence premise, I guess, would be that someone rocks up at an Airbnb, and there's someone else there who has also booked this Airbnb. That's
it's definitely that, man.
It's a horror movie. We should also say that. I think that makes it sound like a romance drama. Like, what's gonna happen with these two people in an Airbnb?
Yeah, it kind of goes down that path.
Yeah,
I'll say this. I really liked it. Yeah, I really liked it. I think in the third act, it got a bit fucking dumb. But
yes, but I think that's the point.
But that's the point. Yeah, definitely. It reminded me a lot of Malignant. Malignant.
I've not seen Malignant.
Malignant, which I controversially didn't like, and people hated me for saying that. Yeah. But that was purposely made to be bad, if you can believe it. And I'm not saying it was purposely made to be bad, but I think it definitely went down that wacky part. But it's funny. I feel like I can be a bit of a pansy with like horror movies, and I wouldn't say it scared me that much, but because I heard a lot of people saying like this is like the scariest film in years. You hear that shit all the time.
Nah, it's not at all.
But I wasn't that scared. I was more of a shock factor, more of a what the fuck than gonna hide my eyes. And
I think that's how it gets.
Conjuring 2, as you would say. When I was like,
at the advanced screening, I'll never forget you just like closing your eyes watching it.
It was scary.
Right.
Shit's scary, man.
Scarier than this, I'd say. But
100%, yeah.
So I kind of felt like the first act was genuinely like, this is a great premise, and I want someone to make that movie, like, but they stick to it. You know what I mean? Like, I want them to make that movie.
Yeah.
But this movie suddenly takes a left turn. Dude, the amount of left turns, this movie's a square. It just like makes left turn after left turn, and the plot takes you to different places. It diverts to different places, and it becomes a totally different movie. Like, it's kind of like a suspense horror at the start, and then it becomes very quickly like, or a spooky horror, and then it becomes like this kind of comedy drama for a hot minute. And then it becomes like fucked slasher horror, playing into every stereotype, bananas, crazy stuff going on, and that's when I feel like I think that it stopped taking itself so seriously, and I was at that point like, this is bizarre, this is the craziest movie I've seen in a while, and I'm there for it. I don't think there's a lot of substance there or anything like that, but like, it's a fun watch, and I've been thinking about it. I just keep thinking about this movie because it's just so fucking weird.
It is weird. Yeah. I definitely recommend going to see it because I thought it was a really good time.
Don't watch a trailer. Just go and buy.
I'd say that. even for any movie, I think sometimes not watching trailers is a good thing. But no, I actually thought it was really good, and I think it did. I think it used its budget really well.
Yeah,
and I definitely say go see it.
I also think the camera work was quite interesting. There was some cool.
No, definitely. Yeah, I think directing wise, like I think it was really good.
Yeah.
Like, I a small cast, like.
I like the way they kind of, instead of doing things quite tight to do claustrophobic stuff, they actually shot things a bit wider, and you saw
everything,
Yeah, in doing that, you would see like the walls that are pressing in on them, like as they're in small spaces, and that made it feel more claustrophobic than doing tighter shots, which is usually
and it really does throw you about, but surprisingly didn't feel messy. But it does throw you about so much, and it's not what you would expect. And again, if you want to get thrown around a lot more, again, really do avoid trailers. Because sometimes I saw one thing, and it wasn't even like the original trailer, it was like a TV spot. I saw one thing, I'm like, damn it, I really wish I didn't know that.
Yeah, okay.
And that kind of altered my experience a tiny little bit. And so if you can, just try and stay away from like TV spots, trailers, and definitely go give it a watch, even though Halloween is over. I think you should definitely go and see it.
The two blokes I went with, genuinely, like, I was just getting a beer with them in the afternoon. And I was like, man, hey, do you guys want to see Barbarian tonight? And they were like, sure. And we're like, okay, let's do that. And so they were like, I've never heard of this movie before. Let's go. And I kind of do this thing where I take some of my mates to movies that they have no idea about. Because obviously, there's a lot of movies out there that don't make the general public that much, which is stuff that I'm quite often interested in. Definitely, like I took my mate to Drive My Car, which is a 3-hour Japanese movie, and we went out for I think we had 4 pints in like 45 minutes beforehand, and then I slept in the cinema.
Yeah, you fell asleep.
But yeah, and so my mates, they came and watched this movie with me, and then they walked out and they're like, Aidan, just keep taking us to the most batshit movies you can fucking find, because that was like crazy, but fuck me, what a ride.
It's really good, and I love stuff like that, and I love supporting stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that I want to support. I feel like when I was in like high school, middle school, I would just go to the cinema and just to go, and I would just watch so much trash. Yeah. And I feel like these days I'm really particular with what I go see, which unfortunately means I go to the theater less, but also
I'm the same.
I get to pick what I want to go see. I'm not supporting trash like fucking Black Adam and
I'm going to see Black Panther because I think that actually looks alright. But
yeah. Do you know that some people don't know what the cutting room floor is? They then get the.
Oh, well, I'm sure people that aren't that invested in film don't know.
Okay, make me seem like the bad guy now.
Why, did someone say, what are you talking about when you said the cutting room floor?
No. Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, no. It's like, it's kind of...
I'm so confused about this conversation.
It's kind of cute how on Final Cut Pro, your film bar where you're editing, it's like when it starts and ends, it's a film reel.
That's cool.
That's cute. So it's almost like you're cutting up film.
But not, because it's digital.
Yeah. Who knew?
I
was like, no, I shoot all my things on film. Do you not see? Yeah,
you're like trying to push the film into the SD slot.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, let's go. No, I'm not. Look, I ain't that guy. It's like I know more about films than you. Trust me, when the 50%ers come out, all hell's gonna break loose.
No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for you to.
Dude, Aidan's gonna try and do some cotton room floor stuff. On that episode,
anything that makes me look like a dick is gonna get cut out.
No, look, I said this before. Like, it's all in good fun. It's not. We're not gonna hurt anyone's feelings. And by the way, we're ripping into ourselves more than anyone else.
Yeah, right. We'll see. Maybe that episode will end up being like 3 minutes long. I cut out everything except the intro and the end.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. Well, we're also doing. What are we? That's our look back episode.
We're going to look back at everything in 2022 in that episode.
So it's like a little bit in there.
That's all to come. We'll leave that for another time. You're
going to love it though.
I will. I'm sure it'll be a good giggle. We're just going to get pissed enough that it doesn't hurt me.
Yeah, champagne, because that's what you drink at the Oscars.
Champagne showers. Oh, don't give us copyright, YouTube. You take away the monetization.
We're getting a lot of copyright strikes recently, hey?
FML. Okay, so... Yeah, I enjoyed Barbarian just turning into utter nonsense, which was a lot of fun. Two Doctors, what are you going to rate it out of 10?
5 out of 10.
5?
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
What are you going to give it?
Look, man, I'm a softie, and I'm going to give it a 6, which it really doesn't deserve. But I'm going to give it a 6. I'm sorry. It's only one more than you twat.
You didn't even but you said worse things better than me.
Well, look, I don't know.
Your scores are all over the place.
I know. The last, ever since we did class.
What, last week?
Yeah.
Ever since last week, man, my scores have been an absolute mess.
Yeah, well, we were so negative on that class episode, hey. We were so tired and just...
After rewatching it, I honestly thought it was a good episode. I thought it was trash when we filmed it.
Yeah, I thought it was trash when we filmed it, rewatched it, and I was like, yeah, it's good, but we still are so negative,
here's the thing, I don't want people to think, and I don't want us to think that we can only film a good episode if we've had some booze.
Yes, so
that was one of my big fears, is I hope people don't think because that was the first episode in a while we hadn't drank. And I actually don't think this was the case, but my fear was, oh shit, what do people think because we haven't had a beer that
will be boring?
We're boring as hell.
Yeah.
But I think it was actually good, and I think today's good. So, and we weren't drinking, so
we've done a good job. So a 5 and a 6 from me and Connor. Next week, you said Children of Earth.
Woo.
5 episodes, all in one episode of our podcast, which is exciting. So that's cool. Make sure you subscribe for that. Lovely. Pew 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 pew. Hit us up on the socials at 50Doctor on Instagram and Twitter.
Is that it? Are we done?
I think that's pretty much it. One thing I do want to say is, look, Doctor Who Twitter at the moment, we touched on it earlier, it's a nasty place right now. And I just think everyone should calm your farm. Be friends. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
I saw Macklemore on Saturday.
That is very cool. Sorry, I'm just going to continue the point that I was making,
Sorry.
and then we can come back to Macklemore. No, that's fine. No. I just want to say, let's just be kind to each other. Yeah. And, there's a lot of worse stuff going on in the world at the moment, and we should let Doctor Who be something that unites us and not divide us. Because, the fact that this is the stuff that we argue about on Twitter is I think, just a bit silly, and instead we should just enjoy the bits of the show that we enjoy.
United we stand, divided we fall.
That's it. And we should unite over Doctor Who and the exciting times that are ahead. You saw Macklemore on the weekend.
I did.
Big fan?
Yeah, but I had to wait. Oh, man. We got there at 3 o'clock and he came on at, I think, 9:30.
Yikes.
God. You know what?
Did you go for a piss at all?
Yeah, no, yeah. I didn't stay in the same place. I got some beers and stuff and went and took a waz. But, man, it's so funny. I was, on my way there, I was like, woo, I'm keen. And then when I got there, I was like,
get me out of here.
I was like, oh, wait, I remember. I fucking hate this stuff. Why am I here? I'm like, I can deal with a concert because you're in the crowd for maybe 3 hours. But after a while, man, I get really I never really suffer from claustrophobia. But when I'm surrounded by a bunch of people who I don't know, I get really nervous.
Yeah.
Especially when my girlfriend was there and I get a bit worried about her and I'm like, I hope nothing bad happens. And she was with her cousins and stuff. And I was like, just worrying too much. But yeah, it was a short set. It was 45 minutes. But no, it was really cool to see him again. And I saw some other people. I saw Jay Sean, Shaggy, Akon, TLC was there. Yeah, so some cool people that I got to see. I can tick off the list. But if Macklemore didn't go, there's no way I would have gone.
Yeah. But, I saw some videos of him and I was like, damn, I missed that guy. I missed when we went live in 2016 to him.
Yeah, that's the last time he came was in 2016. He's such a performer, man. He really is great. He has such an energy. He's looking great. He seems in really good spirits, which is great.
Good.
And we're going to get that Heist signed vinyl.
We are. The vinyls are comcoming, baby.
Woo!
Let's go. Woo! All right, Children of Earth, next week. Hype.
Subscribe.
Get us to 500.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Every time I say it, it pops up, subscribe, and goes away.
I'm not editing that in. I don't even know when I'm going to edit this episode because I'm away over the weekend.
Subscribe.
I'm not doing that.
Goes away.
I'm not.
Subscribe. Goes away.
I'm not.
Subscribe.
Now you've done so much that I can't even make the joke. I'm not doing that. Connor thinks that I spend hours and hours and hours editing this thing.
Do you need me to edit this week?
No, I'll get it done. I got enough time to do it, but I don't have enough time to add your little text here and there.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Remember, everyone, now more than ever, be kind to each other. That's what Brett Goldstein always says at the end of his podcast. I just thought I'd steal that for this because I thought it was applicable.
Thanks, Hercules.
Hercules. Oh, I thought you would use his character name from when he was in Doctor Who. I bet you don't even know his character name, do you?
Oh, it was so memorable, man. I'm surprised I don't.
He's a lovely guy, all right? Stop bagging on Brett. Nicest guy on the planet, I think.
What about me? I've been
You're pretty down.
I feel like I've been really annoying this episode, and I feel like I accidentally spoke over you too much, so I do apologise.
I didn't notice. That's how I always feel about myself. So
it was the sugar-free Sprite that gave me a bit of a
last look at the steelbook.
And flip this bad boy over.
Flip. Yep, cool. Love it. All right. Sing the song, Connor. That's not singing. This is a podcast. You do need to make sounds at some point.
It's Aidan. And Connor's podcast. They're doing Doctor Who.
I can't join because I don't know the tune you're doing.
Cut it.
Cut it?
Subscribe.
Cut the bullshit. Get off my money. Meow, they're gonna catch me. The po-po can't recommend me. I got two months up, jump dancing. The girl on my back going tandem. Cause I'm too damn quick, I'm too damn slick. All downtown yelling out who that is. It's me. The M, the A, C, the K. Talking like a French prince from back in the day. Well, the rate and watch the skate. Water ski. That's the free. Fiddy.
Podcast.
Was that worth it? That post-credit scene, if you're still here, was that worth it?
Real quick, fire question. What's your favourite macro album? The Heist, Unruly, or Gemini?
Unruly, you know this.
Yeah, I thought so. I've seen it when there's never vinyl.
And yours is The Heist.
Yeah, I reckon because it's 10 years old in like 2 years. I reckon that's when they'll do the vinyl release.
We're old.
And we can have all three of them.
The Macklemore trailer, yay!
I feel glorious.
I can't wait to get my Gemini vinyl.
I don't like that song.
Soon. I love that song.
Oh, God.
It reminds me of Series 11.
Yeah, the shattering. I feel glorious.
Down.